Hello there, my name is Pastor Victor Conan. I've got a quick question to ask you. Have you heard someone mouth out some word that shocked you to the core? And then they epilogue their words with the phrase, but I'm just speaking the truth. And you wonder, truth? How can that pass for truth in any realm, in any world, right? Now, to be honest, I think every one of us at some point have had such moments. And you see, the point of this of vidcast is really not to be sarcastic or to be demeaning of other people, but it is rather to get us to push into ourselves and improve our personal thought life. This is what it is about. Now, check this out. There's a quote by Daniel Craig that I found quite interesting. I mean, it's not something that we don't know about, but just hear this out. It goes like this. It is a dangerous thing to mistake speaking without thought as speaking truth. It is dangerous to mistake speaking without thought as speaking truth. Obviously, speaking without thought here is, as you very well know, speaking but without thinking as thoroughly or as critically about the issue as would be required at the bare minimum of any kind of valid system of logic or reason. Let that sink in for a minute. That's what basically it means. Now, you also know that every thought about anything has a point of reference, or it has a frame of reference. And thus, it would follow then that the wider the point of reference or the wider the frame of reference, the more productive, the more thorough, the more constructive a thought about an issue is likely to be. Now, so on the basis of what I just said, here are 5 things that I believe will help you to grow your ability to think more thoroughly and critically about issues, and help you to be more productive and constructive in your conversations and your interactions with others. Point number 1, grow your frame of reference. Grow your frame of reference. I know it sounds like a cliche, right? But basically, all I'm asking you to do is to challenge yourself to expose yourself to people who are smarter than you, people who are more knowledgeable than you about the subject that you're really interested in. Don't feel intimidated by their level of intelligence. They've worked really hard to be at the level that they're at. So be humble and take it all in and learn from them. And trust me, it's okay to do because it'll pay off in the long run. Number 2, talk to people with whom we disagree. Talk to people with whom you disagree. You see, there's a dimension of immature thinking that causes us to cancel out folks with whom we disagree. But I can guarantee that will do a serious disservice to your ability to grow your mental resource, and it would take away from your thinking currency. All right? Even if you think that the person with whom you disagree is speaking nonsense, then if you are as wise as you claim to be, then you will know that in every nonsense there is sense. So then that supposed wisdom that you claim to have should rather push you to extrapolate the sense out of the nonsense that the one with whom you disagree has spoken. Because you see, the one thing you can be sure of is this, that 9 out of 10 times when we talk to the people with whom we disagree, I guarantee you they're not faking it. That means they say what they mean and they mean what they say. Thus, you have a straight and a clean and a clear raw material to work with. All right. Next up, you want to learn why they think the way they do. You want to learn why they think the way they do. Again, because if every thought has a frame of reference, then it is greatest wisdom to practice this. That before we shut them down, before we cancel them out, we want to be able to ask them, why do you say this? Why do you think this? Why? And listen, really listen, because one of the fountains of learning flows from the river of listening. Next, you want to sharpen your thinking daily. This might sound like a cliche, but to sharpen your thinking daily is a call to reevaluate what you think about. All right. It may shock you that some of the things that you hold as an opinion, as a value, have not been thoroughly self-critiqued or investigated. In other words, your why about that thing is not as strong as the what of the thing. Now, that doesn't make it right or wrong. It just makes it difficult to communicate that thought or to positively influence others to be better if that thought has not even passed a clarity test in your own mind. So go back and reevaluate your thinking about the things that you hold dear in your life. Last but not least, think more, talk less. Think more, talk less. Thinking, like everything else, can be improved. Thinking is like the factory from which great things and not so great things in this life are manufactured. Imagine if a factory is functioning below its maximum capacity. What do you think will be the quality of its output? So think more, talk less. Improve your thought life, and you will see that life gets generally better, more productive, more influential, and more peaceful. So on that note, I'm going to close with two passages of scripture. James chapter 1 verse number 19. He says, "For this reason, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to become angry." The next one is Proverbs chapter 17 verse 27 and 28. It goes like this: "He who has knowledge uses few words. A man of understanding is of an excellent spirit." And verse 28 goes on to say, "Even a fool, when he is silent, is counted wise, and he who shuts his lips is counted as a man of understanding." I hope this challenges you positively, because where there is no challenge, I promise you there is no room for change. Grow your thinking. Keep following. God bless you.